There is one thing that all the parties contesting May's general election in Argyll and Bute can agree on. This is not an easy area to campaign in. Sprawling across a swathe of Scotland's most stunningly beautiful scenery, the constituency runs from commuter towns north of Glasgow to far-flung windswept islands. Just getting to voters can be a major challenge, involving long drives and ferry trips to settlements where mobile services are notoriously patchy and decent broadband rare. But Argyll and Bute is certainly worth the effort. This constituency is that rare thing in Westminster politics, a four-way marginal. In 2010, less than 13 percentage points divided the winning Liberal Democrats from the Scottish National Party, which came fourth. The Liberal Democrats have held the Westminster seat of Argyll and Bute for many years, but in the aftermath of Scotland's independence referendum last year, the political weather here is changing. The Scottish National Party is on a roll, with membership soaring and support high, and the SNP now has an unprecedented chance to take this seat. Anthony Harrison, an SNP member who was coordinator for the pro-independence campaign in Argyll and Bute, says the party has shrugged off referendum defeat.
I think the referendum is over, and in Argyll and Bute there was a 40-60 split. However, I think many of the people that voted no wanted extra powers, and I think the proposition that we'll be making is that the SNP is the only party that is able to have a strong voice for Scotland in Westminster, and will be able to represent Scotland in a way that the branch office parties can't.
The claim that only the SNP can represent Scotland is infuriating to the pro-union parties. But while the nationalists seem to be winning the backing of almost all yes voters, the no majority is divided between the Lib Dems, Tories and Labour. All three are now desperately trying to persuade voters that only they can stop the SNP juggernaut. That should be easiest for the Lib Dems, the victors in 2010, but coalition with the Conservatives has been disastrous for the party in left-leaning Scotland. Now it's resting most of its hopes on the power of incumbency.
Well, I'll agree that we have suffered very badly in Scotland because of the coalition, but what we have in Argyll is a really hard-working MP. Alan has been with us for a long time. He knows the constituency inside out.
But Tory organisers insist they are a better bet for pro-union voters, not least given the Conservatives' proudly unionist credentials and the small c conservatism of many rural dwellers.
I think we have a better chance than we've had for a long time. We used to, many years ago, had a Conservative member here, and we have a very good chance this time of getting our candidate, Alistair Redman, in.
Both Tories and Lib Dems dismiss the idea that Labour can be the champion of the anti-SNP vote. Labour came third here in 2010, and its opinion poll ratings have slumped since the referendum. But Labour candidate Mary Galbraith is waging an energetic campaign on local issues such as medical rural services and poor telecoms. Labour does well in the area around Helensburgh in the east of the constituency, which is home to Faz Lane, the UK's nuclear missile submarine base. Dependence on base jobs mean the anti-nuclear SNP struggles to get traction in this part of the constituency, she says.
There are 6,500 jobs directly in the base. It's the biggest industrial site in the whole of Scotland since Ravenscraig closed. 6,500. Those jobs are split roughly 50-50 between military and non-military civilian jobs.
The polls suggest the SNP has a real chance of taking Argyll and Bute in May, a result that would not only change the political map of the area, but in a close-fought general election could have implications across the whole of the UK. Mure Dickie, Financial Times, Argyll and Bute.